So we shall now try and see the response. You see that result of that match between Kastina United playing 1-1 with Kano Pillars. And after, like we said, there was violence. The players were attacked. Of course, they asked the players to stay inside, they stay behind the stadium while the police tried to clear. Because the fight, actually, most of the fights did take place outside the stadium. Though we still saw some of those visuals, by amateur guys that videoed them inside the stadium. But let us see if we can go through the statement by the LMC in response to this before we talk to Dr. Rafi Ladipo. All right.
The league management company has been engaging the relevant authorities in respect to the unsavory incident that occurred within the city of Kastina after the match day 15 MPFL match in Kastina between Kastina United and Kano Pillars. We are still awaiting the on-the-spot report from relevant authorities on the breach of public order in Kastina City, said to be associated with rival fans of Kastina United and Kano Pillars. As the incident allegedly happened after the match within the city, the LMC is awaiting the report from the police authorities and other protocols, such as the identification of the culprits and medical reports of the 3 persons reportedly injured, to enable us to have an informed opinion on the actions to be taken, not just to sanction the perpetrators, but to set out strategy and corrective actions to eliminate this dangerous rivalry between the fans of the 2 clubs to avoid future occurrence. It must be pointed out that initial reports on the incident from both clubs and match officials are at variance and conflicting. In the circumstance, a police report is necessary to help establish the veracity of the various accounts on the reported breach of public peace. Meanwhile, the LMC is also reviewing various reports put out in social media by both clubs in the aftermath of the game with a view to curtailing reckless and inaccurate accounts of events in hashtag MPFL20.
All right. That is the thing, reckless and inaccurate. They say when people on the spot, that is why even here in Chandler we say give us on the spot report. These matches are not on television, so we cannot see what is happening. Even if they happen probably outside, this is outside the stadium. Even if the TV, any TV house is covering those events, it will be difficult to go outside to cover. They will be running for cover, trying to protect their personnel and their equipment. But today with the video on your phone, they get this. Of course, a lot of them can be doctored, which is what we are saying. So let us hope that they can do that. But then this is what Kastina United came up with this and said, all of us at FC Kastina United condemn hooliganism in our football.
In our
football, okay.
Say no to hooliganism in our football, MPFL 20, CAT-PFL, and the rest. Okay, that is Kastina United saying they condemn it. They condemn the actions of what happened. They didn't say we condemn our fans, but of course they have not identified who. Because this tweet came out immediately while this thing was going on. That is when they tweeted. They condemn hooliganism. We know, so that is the thing. PG1, strategies and corrective actions according to the LMC. But how are we still here in 2020? This leaks, we went professional in 1979. How are we still this today by this time?
Well, I want to say it is very sad that we are back into this. Before now, when the league started, we used to have this syndrome all over. Well, by 1990, when I became the chairman of the supporters club, I instituted personally with my money and time what we call the Best Behaved Supporters Club Award. Various supporters clubs of the various teams were always looking forward to winning those prizes, first, second, third, every year. Monies were donated. I was giving money. But since we went to the World Cup of '94, the USA '95, and the '96 Atlanta Olympics, this is something that got a lot of money, in millions, because the monitors, the pressmen, and other stakeholders were made to travel to match venues to assess the situations and make sure that they announce their presence to the supporters of the various teams. And that made them to behave themselves. But I thought that with what happened then, the NFA, inclusive the NFF, as well as the league management committee, would buy that idea and be able to put in place those things that will make supporters not to want to misbehave again.
Okay.
Corrective measures.
Yes, I want to hold you. I want to hold you there because we want to go on a short break.
Okay.
When we come back, we shall hear from him on how it was done then and why it is not being done now. Yes. Stay with us. Okay, you're welcome back. Before we went on break, Dr. Rafi Ladipo was, giving us the scenario, how it was, what he did, what they did to curb violence in our football venues. And then you were talking, this was talking about in the 90s, getting to the 80s to 90s and stuff. So we moved on from the 90s to the hundreds, and then here we are in the 20s. So we expect a lot of us cast your mind back to Europe when in the 80s Liverpool was the dominant force in football in Europe. They were dominating England, they were dominating the continent, but their fans were something else. And we remember that match against Juve and what it turned out, that England was banned for 10 years from taking part in any football activity in Europe. The whole of English team, no Cup Winners' Cup, no Champions' Cup, nothing. They were all banned. And it took special appeal after 5 years. After 5 years before they were admitted in 1991. So you know that now they were able, fortunately for them, immediately after then, they just started in 92, 93. That was 1992. They now started the Premiership. They have more of private presence, private ownership, and just regulated by by the FA. But then it started mellowing. And they did not understand that if you want to be in the Committee of Nations, you must be responsible. You must not come in with what is happening in the animal kingdom and bring it to the human race. That it is not done. Now, we are here now. Of course, before I come to go back to Dr. Ladipo, I just saw that video, the clip you just watched now of Nadal, of Wozniacki, of the great one himself, Roger Federer, what they came together for the relief fund, for those Australian bushfires that we're talking about. Even those of you who are watching, if you also have some nickel in your pocket, even if you cannot serve ACEs or you cannot point like Joshua, just ask for the funds and then drop $1 or $2, $1 or $2 naira, 1 or 2 CD, 1 or 2 reals, any currency that you spend, and send it to them in Australia. Okay, we are back to Dr. Ladipo. You were talking about how they were the supporters club were being made to behave, not by forcing them, but by re-educating them, and also like say the press is watching you. They are the one that is going to give you the award. Yes. If you don't do well, this is not what is going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did it, and a lot of people were involved. Even the NFA was involved.
Okay.
You see, when there is violence in football, forget it. There is no football. I went to the National Stadium in 1977, and I almost got killed because of what happened. 32 people died in the stadium. That was a match between the Shooting Stars and the Bendel Insurance.
I was there.
You were there.
I watched that same match. I was at the stadium, and I came out from one of those this thing where we almost, myself and my friend, almost died.
Yes. I was
there.
I was picked up the floor and thrown to the crowd, and I went down. Over 50 people were on my top, and I couldn't breathe no more. So I had to struggle to go under the concrete slab, and God saved me. But when I got home, I listened to the network news. 32 people died in that melee. It's not supposed to be happening. Football is a game that should bring us together. And when you fight, you never know who will be killed. It could be your own friend. It could be your own family. And let me tell you again, when you were talking of the English fans used to riot all the time. When we went to the World Cup of '98, they were going to fight the Germans and the French supporters. The Nigerian Football Supporters Club was the only group of people that were allowed to move freely in France. So everything that happened.
You were voted the best supporters club in '94.
In '94 by FIFA.
Yes.
Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Even CAF, up to now, were the current champions. Then in 2002, when we went to Japan, and we knew that we were going to meet England, all I did was to ask my men, we are meeting England, let us know the fans. So we asked for where they were lodging, and they told us. We went there. Luckily for us, there were 2 annexes, 1A and B, the wings of the hotel. They were staying in the A wing, and we went to stay in the B wing. And every morning when we wake up, we meet at the restaurant for the breakfast, in the afternoon for the lunch, and then we started getting to know each other. And before we knew it, we became friends. So on the day we were going to play, we went to the stadium, and the 2 of us fused together in the same place, and we were drumming and dancing. So the match ended a draw. That is it. In Ghana, before 1990, we used to go to Ghana. Ghana, we come here with cutlasses and machetes and then guns. And one day we went to Ghana to play. And I saw the whole stadium, the Kumasi Stadium, Accra Sports Stadium. And everybody was singing, the Ghanaians. And so something told me there would be trouble. So I looked for the leader of the Ghana Supporters Club. His name is Abraham Boache. And I called him, please come. Let me have your flag. He wondered what I needed the flag for. And I gave him the Nigeria flag. And I held him, let's run around the stadium. We went through the stadium and everybody applauded us. That was how we became friends till today. If I'm going to Ghana, the Ghana Supporters Union members will be waiting for me at the stadium with drums and trumpets to welcome me. If they are coming, we do the same. What we should do, the supporters have got to know themselves. The supporters have got to become friends. And how do we do it? Let us put a committee in place whereby we have members of various supporters clubs coming. And then you have somebody at the top there to oversee what they are doing. And then bring about this committee that will go around to monitor the activities of supporters. Before you know it, you will have no violence again because the suspicion will no longer be there. I know you, Ken. I know you. I know you. We won't fight again. But when I don't know you, I don't know what. That is the strategy.
All right, I think it is at this point that my director said, let us open the lines. Yes, let us hear from you. So that let us get what. Listen, you have heard Dr. Ladipo. You are still listening to him. He will still talk. He's here. Let us hear from you at home. And what will be the solution? I don't want to hear the problems. For goodness' sake,
the problems.
you have just said. Of course, it is good, like you said. Arrest them, prosecute them.
Yeah.
They come out from prison. They still do this. They go back to whatever.
Yes.
There has to be a reorientation, an attitudinal reorientation. I think basically that is what Dr. Ladipo is saying, that let them know themselves. You cannot hurt your friend, you cannot hurt you. Because like now, it happened in Kastina. This thing is happening because if you look at, we took time to go through whatever that's happening. Kastina United has been fined in the past 3 years.
Yes, yeah.
They've been fined for the unruly behavior of their fans. They've had issues with Kano. The last time they visited Kano, there was issues.
Yeah.
And like, some reports we are hearing after this Wednesday's encounter, it's not too palatable that we can't even say it here. Because it's like some persons in Kano were not looking out for plate numbers of Kastina. And how will you know if that car is not owned by a Kano indigene? That are you getting me? That please let it not escalate. There has to be peace. That is what Dr. Ladipo is saying here. And we want to hear from you. What should we do? What are we doing? I want to take my wife and children to the stadium.
Yes.
But will I go there when I have to carry my daughter and start flying fence or whatever? My wife, I want to carry a choice between wife and children. They take a choice. I don't think it will get to that.
Ken, the last time.
So, yeah.
I think the last time that Doctor was here, there was an idea that was mooted. I think you were actually the one that mooted the idea. Why not have a football competition that will be, hosted? The different supporters clubs for all the clubs, let them meet, let them play against themselves.
Okay, let's take this caller. We are right there in where? In Lauren. Who are we having? Olafe, how are you? Oh, how are you?
Very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really support what my name is Olafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really support what President Supporter Club, because I remember in a Kwara United that time, when Gafaro Adabi is our coach, I met him one-on-one. Because that time, we had normally fight with shooting stars. He came to Ilorin, and in fact, I really support what he done. I'm talking about 90s, when that Ladipo was come. He talked to us, we are supporters, because we normally fight shooting stars. We normally fight shooting stars. By the time he talked to us, we know each other. We wait for them in Girialimi. We wait for them for Girialimi. Because anywhere shooting star go, they will carry all those vehicles. And how many of us in Ilorin? But unfortunately, in fact, that day, since that time, we are not fighting again. And I really appreciate if they can follow what I said now. Honestly to God. Supporter, I'm a real supporter club. I fight, I won't tell lies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So doctor made you to stop fighting, and then you start loving shooting stars. I mean, so
Again, the thing is that
yes.
we really cannot do without the supporters club. We need
Anyway, yeah.
we need your supporters. I think there was a clip last year. This guy actually got an award from FIFA about this fan that traveled all the way,
All
I
the
think
way,
from Peru
yeah,
to probably Colombia. The only fan.
Yes.
And that's an away match. And they ended up winning that game. And the players all went towards him and they all bowed like, okay, fine, you actually came all the way. They need their supporters. And we need to make sure we try as much as possible to curb this violence. Like you said, it's 2020. I didn't expect that in January of 2020, we started talking about violence in sports again. That's tiring.
Okay, doctor. Okay, let us have your opinion on this. I mean, it is the African World Cup, which is our AFCON. But we all know that. I mean, part of the reason why a lot of us were rooting for us to align our calendar with Europe, as we want to be colonized, is because we believe that our players play there, and then when they come to the nation, some of them lose their position. A lot of them are trying whatever it is. Yeah. But now Cameroon have been, they were the street of this, took it to Morocco. Yeah. Now they are and they said they cannot do it based on weather. This is weather in 2020. We were in 2020. I don't know. What is your opinion on this?
Well, I think for me, I think it's a mistake for CAF to have shifted the AFCON to January. It won't help our players because our players play in Europe. And when they play in Europe, even the time we have been playing it, they will come here, play for only 3 weeks and get back to their clubs and they don't longer play again. So if we play the league, if we play the AFCON, the same time they are playing their matches there, honestly, it will not work.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to Ogun State. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good afternoon. Look your time.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's
I
okay.
can't what the gentleman just said so far.
Yeah.
I can't what the gentleman just said so far. The president of the Nigerian Football Association.
Yeah.
That thing is very compulsory. Supporters need to know themselves. I've done it before. When I was in the replay, you will have a show. And that's what I so far every day. When are we going to stop this fighting? We fight on Thursday, we fight on Tuesday. When are we going to stop all this rubbish we are doing? That's where we end the fight. The same time to other. That is supposed the president, they go themselves together. What meeting, maybe 2 hours in a week or 2 days in a month or whatever, they should know themselves. All this rubbish will go down. Yes. Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you too. God bless you too. God bless you too. Okay, you are saying something?
Football is big business.
Yeah.
And
massive business. What
we have seen basically is that almost every time that we want to get into a new season, there is not enough stakeholder engagement. Before the start of the last season, or okay, let's say this current season, I was clamoring for something. I said, as much as possible, let all stakeholders understand that the fan education thing has to really, really be articulated. That's one. Secondly, there should be a proper revision of the NPFL framework. The rules, there are a lot of things that we needed to have sorted, especially in terms of punitive measures. Exactly. Yes, we are talking about education. We are talking about how to get supporters, aligned with themselves. But then again, thereafter, you still need to ensure as much as possible there's that understanding that if I contravene rules as set, then I'm going to go in for it. Now, you talk about most of the time there are monetary measures that, that are adopted. But why not the points? If you deduct 6 points from a team that, has gone wrong, I think it's a lot more better than always, punishing them, telling them to pay some money.
Okay, we are in Lagos. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this is Daramola calling from Apapa, Lagos.
Daramola, okay. Go on.
Well, Doctor has said a lot of things. I think the bodies responsible for all these football competitions should step up the game. Number one, whenever they want to start a match, it is important for the clubs, those fans are supporting, to also make a statement to their fans. They can always create some time, just the way whenever an incident happens, that people stand up and observe a minute silence for whatever mishap or something.
Exactly.
They can always create that time, maybe like a minute or two before they start any game. Let somebody address the fans.
Wow.
Let them understand that football is all about unity, friendship. It's about fun. It's about matchmaking. We are not coming here to come and kill ourselves. That's on the side of the fans. Then again, on the side of the officials, sir. Whenever there is passive justice, there are some things that happen like spontaneously, like reaction. Especially in Africa, we know ourselves. I stopped watching football some 10 years ago in Nigeria when I even saw fans come against their own club and started fighting them because of injustice they felt was meted on the opposition that came to their own home. It's so glaring, and they felt the officials were compromised, and they turned against their own club and the officials. And it was very brutal. It was in Abuja, one FPT club. That was how I stopped watching ball, because it was God that saved us. So please, the officials too should be up, and integrity really matters in football. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daramola. Thank you very much. Doctor, he said something. Just like what you said in Ghana. In Ghana, yourself and the president of their supporters club, you were holding the Ghanaian flag, he was holding the Nigerian flag, and then you guys went around, and then the fans saw you guys going around that you are united.
That can also be done here.
Can't we do it here? I mean, before them, the support, you identify the leaders of the supporters team, and then they go around the stadium.
We can still do it, but let the MP,
the
LMC,
let them put the necessary arrangement in place. There are other things we can suggest that will bring about lasting peace in this football violence we are talking about. But let there be committees to look into those things. Look at all these things we have just had. No man is an island of wisdom.
At all.
Yes, when we have a committee, at every point in time, matters will be put across, we debate it, we take it to them. And if it's agreed upon, then let us implement it. Like holding the flag. Apparently, Abraham Buachi did not know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just asked him, let me have your flag. And I gave him the Nigeria's flag. And we went around the stadium. That was the magic. And ever since, there has been no violence in football between Ghana and Nigeria. Just last year, I was invited to Ghana for what we call Peace Cup. The Nigerian supporters and the Ghana supporters played a football match. And even our ambassador was the guest of honor. At the end of the day, we won the game 4-3, and we all went to the same hotel, we ate, we danced. That is the way it should be. It cannot be, the players don't fight themselves.
Definitely.
I want to warn the fans. You are paying your money. You are sacrificing your time to go and watch them. Why must you fight? Why must you kill yourselves? When the players play, after the match, they exchange jerseys. They hug themselves. Why you, the man that pays money to go into the stadium, the man that sacrifices the time and even risking your lives from traveling from one place to the other, why must you fight? There's no sense in it.
Can I just ask you this? Daramola said something, which is what also we discussed the last time you were here. Is it possible that before the kickoff of any match, they take 30 minutes to play a novelty match between the supporters of both sides? Like, we have a caller that after, let's go to Abuja. Hello.
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 Mr. Oshonogo, how are you?
I'm fine.
This is Pastor Okot, the only woman that used to call you, and you promised to invite me. I've not gotten your invitation yet.
Okay. You know you were giving us some insider information the last time you called. How are you? How is Abuja?
In the house, my dad is in the Lord.
Fine.
How are you today?
We are fine. You can see us. We have the PG in the house. PG1.
Well done.
Thank you.
I'm just coming in from church, and I say I should contribute.
Okay.
People are talking about the fans. The Lord will
Yes.
take us there.
Thank you.
But even our league, before you people go to the fans, our league, what is happening? What are and the Shehu, what are they doing? You understand? Our fans with Babalaji for there, they are always on their toes. I'm always proud of them, and I'll continue to be proud of them.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
At home, the grassroots, they are not, that encouragement is no more there. They don't have that hope going to the national team. You know what Amadou is doing now? He's going from house to house in England and be begging their children that they are well to do there already to come and play for us. Don't we have them here? Don't we have them here? Paraga and Ramadan children. I am a woman.
I know.
Have children, and I'm not happy.
Okay.
What is Amadou doing, for Christ's sake? What is Shehu Diko doing? Please, are they more than Nigeria? Let's not talk say Mama they talk off point to.
No, you are not. But they are elected. They are elected to be there for the period that they are there. Yeah.
So that our children will have hope.
Okay.
Why is it going to London, to America, to Netherlands, to beg the children that are there already? Is that how the football were played before he came? The Lord will deliver us.
Amen.
The Lord will deliver us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Always calling. We get there.
I think that's the worst kept secret.
Exactly.
The doldrums. She talked about grassroots football is non-existent, and we have to tell ourselves the truth. We see that a lot of school sports that we used to,
There is China's Kids Cup.
I said a lot.
Okay.
And now, when you talk about a breath of fresh air, that's Channel's Kids Cup.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that Doctor will understand better how I mean. Yeah. When I say that even league football in the 70s, you also do, 70s,
yes.
80s,
of course,
was highly enjoyed. I enjoyed it. Right now, what do we have?
But even then, it's not as if it was like they're saying there are isolated cases. There are cases.
Wasn't perfect.
I know. I was battered. How were you battered?
Emotionally.
Let me tell you. It was the old USC, and then stationary stores were playing Nigerian Airways, and unfortunately, I was about 14, 15. Unfortunately, I went to sit down where the supporters of they're at the back of the post store supporters were, and I'm not. This is not funny. Airways scored, and spontaneously I said, "Goal!" It didn't take 3 minutes. I had a nasty slap. 2 seconds, and my eyes blinked. Oh yeah, keep the upstairs.
Fire too.
It wasn't the slap that it was the fact that I have to shout, upstairs.
You were battered physically and emotionally.
I was staying upstairs and I was shedding, I was crying. And then, because they were all there, they were bullying, they're bigger than me. And after some time, I don't know why they were excited. I find my way, just, left that place. And that, so I tell you this, it is not experience something you want to experience.
Yes,
we want to go on a very short break. I'm not crying. I'm just relating what's happened. We'll come back. All right, you welcome back. Doctor is in the house. Don't mind us. That is how we get everything written and everything out. Let's take this time. I mean, the lines are still open anyway. But let's go to Theo. Theo, in Europe today it will be Liverpool taking on Manchester United.
Yes.
Is it going to be the calculation already on that after 11 matches?
Yes.
If Liverpool win their next 11 matches, no matter what happens,
yes.
They have 17
games to go. Yes.
But if they win the next 11,
it will be the fastest side to win.
They will have won the league.
The fastest.
Do you see them losing?
To put it into perspective, Ken, Chelsea and Tottenham and Arsenal, if you
Yeah.
combine their points together, they have the exact number of points as Liverpool. That's how dominant Liverpool have been this
With
season.
Tottenham and Arsenal.
And Arsenal, yes. You
Why do
combine-
you have to use Arsenal? Why didn't you get
Well,
another team?
they are the two London teams for that matter. You combine their points together, you have
That
the
is-
same amount of points.
I think that is total
That's
dominance.
to show you how exact 21 games, 61 points.
Do you see Manchester United doing that? Manchester United are the only team to have
They're the only teams that have stolen points off.
those two points.
And they didn't just get the points off Liverpool. They actually played Liverpool in that game. I watched that game, and Manchester were very, very impressive.
But the atmosphere at Anfield.
And Anfield, that's another.
The most intimidating.
Exactly, that's another thing we have to look at. And the fact that now Liverpool have gone 1,000 days without losing at Anfield. I think
That's another landmark.
That's scary.
In the era of DNEs,
Yes, really.
I think what we have is Liverpool winning, and winning. It's that time, and you can't really
exactly.
fault them.
And you look at this, like Liverpool can lose 6 games
and
still win the league.
So they have
and every other team that would have been on their tail have started losing games as well.
All right, let's go. We have another caller on the line. Hello. Are we here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, you're in Lagos here. No wonder you are doing Shakara.
I'm in Oshodi. I think what I would suggest is that doctors should. Are you hearing me?
Yes. Very clear.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Very clear. Go on. You are very clear.
What I would suggest is doctors need a lot of work to do. Yes. What doctors need to do is okay, I'm hearing you as well. Doctors need to call all the heads of supporters club. I don't believe they have function in the national supporters club. What I mean by function is maybe they elect them into the national Super Eagles supporters club. If they do, if the doctors need to talk to them. Any club that are switching apples, they will lose their position in the Super Eagles supporters club. This will encourage them to talk to other supporters so that they will know they have the slot in the national supporters club.
Yes.
That is my own suggestion.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So we can have Nigerian National Clubs Supporters Club.
And that's what I was talking about.
From
Stakeholder
Yes.
engagement.
It's well taken.
Yes.
I will tell my members, the executive, to discuss this and then implement it. if
Yes.
possible.
I mean, have a structure
When we have all the club heads
Yes.
in the supporters club,
Yes.
then we meet with them, we talk to them, they will go back to, educate their fans, their members. And if they misbehave, it will be there. You are going to lose your position in the NFS.
Exactly. And if anybody steps
And
out,
they will hold you responsible.
if anybody
But
steps
I
out
bet you
online,
Like you said, we also talked about, with the other issue, is it feasible for us to have a novelty match
No.
before the main match by the supporters club?
Yes, it is visible, but time is the constraint. We can have matches played maybe a day before, or maybe we can discuss that with the MPFL if it's possible. But what is most important, somebody suggested it, before the match,
Yes.
let the two teams make statements.
Yes.
Let their supporters
Loud
club
statement.
heads join them
Yes.
while making that statement that we need peace, we don't want violence.
Yes.
That can go a long way. I've taken it down and we're going to suggest
All right, we
that
are still in
to
Lagos.
the NFSC.
Hello. What are you discussing there? You're already here. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, sorry. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Go on.
Yes, please, I have one question.
To who?
Yes, I want to ask, for each and every one of you here.
Okay. Go on.
Actually, I live outside Nigeria. I live in Germany, and
Okay. Then kill the volume of your telly. Kill the volume of your telly. It is echoing. That is why we have these interruptions. Kill it. Let's just talk through your phone. Have you done that? Or stay away from the television and then let's talk. You won't hear those echoes anymore.
Are you hearing me now?
All right, Claire, go on.
Okay, I'm asking why is it that Nigerians don't promote their own local league? The way they talk about foreign leagues like Premier League, La Liga, and stuff like that. Nobody talk about Nigerian league in Europe. Why is it that Nigerians don't promote their own league and work more better to make our own league also popular in the whole world?
Exactly.
Nobody talk about Nigerian league in Europe. Nobody talk about Rangers, Enyimba. You don't discuss this thing. But when I come to Nigeria, I see the way our people watch Premier League and the other leagues, European league.
All right.
When you go to the stadium to watch football in Nigeria, the capacity is not encouraging. It's too poor. It's too poor. The stadium is not even quarter full. So what is happening?
Exactly. You are watching this program. Everything we are talking to, it's not about Nigerian football. It's about Nigerian football. We talk about the winnings, away wins. We're talking about the violence in the football. We're talking about how. That is what we are talking about. But if you say nobody is talking about it, then that is exactly what we are talking about now. Those who are calling are talking about how we can make the league better, how we can get violence out of it. We appreciate it because that is what, if we can do some of these suggestions, probably our stadium will be filled.
Yes,
Gradually, the capacity will be up and we might not fill up the whole stadium. I appreciate exactly what you are saying, but that is there is a problem. That is why people are staying away. And the foreign leagues, you will see a La Liga match that will kick off by 10 p.m., 11 p.m. And I will see strata of people in Tenerife, in Catalonia, and everywhere. So you ask, I ask, this is a culture. It took years to get there. Yes. But so do sacrifices and self-conscious effort to get things done. We don't have which is what Dr. and the rest of them are saying. Yeah. So we have just to do some of these things, but we are trying our best, which is why we are devoting to this talk, to all that. So, Doctor, I know we've talked a lot of this. You are also the president of Nigerian Boxing Board of Control. So let us not forget that. And boxing has been where we have those rich veins. Boxing has been where those we got those medals. We spoke earlier, and then we start from Nojin Meyegun. Nojin Meyegun got that bronze. And then followed by Isaac Ikoria. Isaac Ikoria also got that bronze. Peter Akonye-Gwache went on in '84. You understand? All these guys have all been there. David Izorite. What boxing has given to us in amateur. We've not talked to professionals. You talked about that, Dick Tiger Ihetu. You understand? You talk about Hogan Kidbasi. You come back, you talk about, Lat Darasin. You talk about Ngozi Kayekwelu. You talk about Dele Jonathan. You talk about, understand, Kazim Ama. You talk about, you talk about boxers who have done all this. Where are we today? Professional boxing. Doctor, you are the head. You are, the president of Nigerian Boxing Board of Control. Where are we? Are we satisfied where we are? Have we moved away to somewhere or how? Let Nigerians are listening to you.
First and foremost, let us remind Nigerians that it was boxing that first put Nigeria's name on the world sporting map. Yes. Through the likes of those you have mentioned, particularly when you talk of the Olympics and you talk of even the pro, the Tiger, Hogan Kidbasi,
Dele Jonathan, Hogan
Jimo,
Kazim Ama,
Mama Clay,
Bash Ali, Lat Darasin,
and of late, Simon Peters.
Yes.
We should not forget all these guys. But you see, in boxing, you can do boxing when you are young. When you are 18 up to 35, you do a very good boxing. When you are getting to 36 to 40 and above, there will be diminishing returns. And then you discover that the young ones will overtake you. It happened to all the boxers. When AJ defeated Klitschko, AJ was 27, Klitschko was 41. So there's no way
14 years.
there's no way you can ask a 27-year-old man to fight a
Definitely.
27 at his peak.
And don't forget, the All Africa Games, the Commonwealth Games, and the Olympics are for the amateur boxers. These are people who fight 4 rounds of 3 minutes each. And in pro boxing, it used to be 10, 12, or 15 rounds. And most boxers that have made it in life, they graduated from the Olympics to become, to turn pro, and they became world champions.
Yes.
And they have made so much money. Talk of all of them. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield,
Leon Speaks, Michael Speaks.
all of them turned pro, and they became what? They became billionaires. Look at Mayweather Jr., somebody who made so much money, over $300 million within 36 minutes. Where is that happening? However, our boxing used to be very, very high up there. But in the last 10, 15 years, our boxing went down. And that is why we have decided to work with a company, an outfit that is looking for the young ones. I beg to mention the name because I
will
must
pay.
I beg
Doctor, you will pay.
Please, pardon me. Pardon me. We have the next gen of the Go TV fly card promotions. We have gone to Benin. We have gone to Ibadan, gone to Abeokuta, gone to Ilorin, discovering young talents, over 100 of them. And they paid for their boxing license. And that is why we have the young ones now. We have the 3 real ones.
Okay, the one, okay.
They are doing so well. These people brought them out, and these are guys now that have won the Commonwealth. Otto Joseph is a Commonwealth champion. We won. We have the real one, who has just won the Wabu. We have the real one, the Babyface, is just won the Wabu too. We have the real one, the Scorpion, who is a potential to become an ABU champion. All these guys, when they fought the last time, the World Boxing Federation president was seated by me, and he said, you can make these boys to go and fight for the ABU and the Commonwealth titles. We need the young ones to do boxing. You cannot turn pro when you are 36, 38. You have nothing left in you to do boxing. So for now, in the last 2 years, do you know we have done 27 championship fights?
Wow.
And in each championship, you do have 5, 6, 9 bouts. We now have a world champion in Honoriade, WBF champion in the heavyweight. You see, people will talk a lot, but those of us in the board, we know that we have the WBC, WBA, WBO, IBO, IBF, and the WBF. My fighters, my boxers can fight for any of these titles.
The MBBFC, are your boxers being rated by ABU or the Commonwealth? Which route is closer for the world?
I am a director of the Commonwealth Boxing Commission.
Okay.
And I go for their convention. I'm also a member of the ABU. These are the routes. ABU titles, Commonwealth titles. From there, we can propel you to go and fight for the World Championships.
Okay, we are about leaving. We've not discussed 1/10 of what we want to talk today, but we just have to go. We don't have whatever it is. Jimmy?
Like Doctor said, we are having world champions and potential world champions. The likes of Femi Oyeleye, Ifeapoche, Ifea Jagba.
Okay, Catalan.
Well, there are several matches that will be played across the country today in the FPFL. We just hope that there will be no recurrence.
There will be no recurrence.
Yeah.
All right, Doctor, you can close the show for us.
Well, let me thank Channels for this program, and I wish you continue with it. Let me also appeal to Nigerians. This country is our own. It is not all of us that will be ministers or commissioners or governors, but it is all of us that must fight for the good name and the good image of Nigeria, and you can do it through sports supportership. Please become a member of the Supporters Club. We have it in all the states of the Federation. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, and God bless Nigeria. I'm Ken. Ken Ochonogo, I tell you this, have a wonderful Sunday. Stay blessed.